don't know if it's the lighting or if my makeup is just like really pink compared to my neck, but something is not looking right. So Vlogmas 2023 is officially over. I had so much fun filming Vlogmas as always. It was a little bit busier than usual. It's already a busy time, but on top of Vlogmas, we were planning a wedding and we also have a newborn. She is 8 weeks old now, so I don't even know if she's still considered a newborn. Is she? Please let me know. In my head, she's still a newborn. But this has been a crazy year and I decided to finish the year off with a couple of videos. Today we have my 2023 makeup favorites, so like the best makeup of 2023 in my opinion, whether it came out this year or I just used it this year. And then tomorrow we have my what I got for Christmas video, which is super exciting. I originally planned for these videos to go up a little bit sooner, but after the wedding and everything, I needed a couple of days to like just catch up on sleep and rest and just, you know, I just needed a little break. So tomorrow is my what I got for Christmas video, and then the last video of the year is going to be episode 2 of my postpartum health journey. I am so excited about that series. I'm feeling very motivated and excited. I already have content planned for the new year. I'm not sure exactly what my schedule is going to be like, but you can expect lots and lots of videos and content. I'm so excited. I feel like, I don't know, I'm in a good mood, so I'm feeling good about everything. So I'm excited to show you guys what my favorites were this year. My makeup style changed a lot this year. My makeup routine did. I didn't wear makeup nearly as often this year because I was pregnant basically the whole year, and now I have a little baby, so I have not had time to do makeup. I haven't felt like putting on as much makeup, so my routine has definitely shortened. I am going for more of like a natural, easy, everyday look that just kind of, you know, touches things up a little bit. And yeah, you'll see some old favorites in here as well as some new ones. So I'm gonna go ahead and go in order. Everything will be linked down below in the description box. We'll start with primer. So my favorite primer of 2023 was an unexpected one. This is actually from e.l.f. This is the Power Grip Primer plus 4% niacinamide. I'm pretty sure this is exactly the same as their regular Power Grip Primer, but it has that addition of niacinamide, which is a really good skincare ingredient. I find that this just really hydrates my skin. It helps make my makeup last all day. Even if I have a natural makeup look on, I really like using this. It definitely has that tacky consistency, but once I put product over it, it's not like my skin is sticky the rest of the day. So I think that this is fantastic. I know the Milk primer, the original Power Grip primer, came out a few years ago and the hype has probably kind of died off, but like this is amazing. I haven't used grippy primers in the last couple years, but I loved this primer this year. I pretty much used this every single time I did my makeup this year. So this is definitely an amazing product and I would highly recommend it. For foundation, I actually ended up using this product from Urban Decay, again, almost every single day. This is the Stay Naked Hydromaniac Tinted Glow Hydrator. I have this in the shade 30 Light. This was an old favorite of mine. I used this a few years back and I loved it. And then I started using it again this year. It's a nice medium coverage, nothing too crazy. I actually don't even set this with powder. My skin used to be super, super oily. I would say it's more normal now. Definitely still on the oily side, but it's not outrageously oily like it was before. I don't know if like pregnancy regulated my hormones, which affected my oil production, but that's my best guess because it just kind of came at the same time as being pregnant. But yeah, I love this. It's great. Definitely an amazing everyday foundation. Super easy to just blend out with either a brush or a sponge. This is amazing. I love it. It also says it has kombucha filtrate in it, which just sounds kind of cool. And something with a little bit more coverage that I have been loving this year, I have the Charlotte's Beautiful Skin Foundation. This is in the shade 3 Neutral. and this is great. I actually wore this on my wedding day. This is a really good color match for me, and it says for your best healthy looking skin day every day. I don't know if this is intended to be a full coverage foundation. It's definitely not the most full coverage foundation I've used, but I would say this is more full coverage than the Urban Decay one. I would call it medium to buildable coverage, both of them, but this one definitely has a little bit more. But I love this. I think it's great, and I would say you can't go wrong with either of those. For concealer, we have the ColourPop Pretty Fresh Concealer. I actually said that this was my favorite concealer last year as well. I don't know if it was in previous years, but she's still going strong. Love this. I wear the shade Light 40N, and I actually like to use this under my eyes and like as concealer, or I will just put it all over my face and blend it out just kind of as like a little bit of extra coverage if I don't want to wear any type of foundation or tinted moisturizer. This just evens out my skin tone. I actually mix this with this product, which is another favorite of mine from Charlotte Tilbury. This is the Hollywood Flawless Filter in the shade Too Fair. So I like to use this, mixing it in with any foundation or tinted moisturizer, but these two together work really well for just a nice natural light coverage boost, kind of glowy look. Nothing too glowy, just it makes your skin look like healthy skin. So this is a great duo, but I do use this anytime that I apply foundation, either this product or the next one that I'm going to talk about, which is from Blvd. This is the Skin Dew. This is a more like sticky consistency, so might not be for everybody, but when you mix it in with foundation, it doesn't like stay sticky on your skin, especially if you set it with powder. So this is, again, I use it the same way. I just mix it in with my foundation, or I put it on as like kind of like a primer before I blend foundation on top of it. Either way, this gives your skin a gorgeous glow. I love this product. I want to try everything from Blvd. I love the aesthetic of the brand. I love every product that I've tried from them, which is only a couple, but I'm excited to explore this brand more in 2024. So these are kind of like highlighter favorites, but my purpose of using them is mixing in with foundation, which is why I decided to talk about them here. I actually couldn't think off like immediately what my favorite powder of the year was, because I didn't really wear a lot of powder this year. Like I said, I was going for the more quick, natural, like I have like 3 minutes to do my makeup and then I have to go, or I have to feed the baby, or whatever it is. Like I have very limited time slots now, so I don't really use powder a whole lot. I did use this powder on my wedding day. This is from Hourglass. This is the Veil Translucent Setting Powder, and I loved it. I did a couple trial runs of my makeup and I used this powder every time, and I thought that this powder was so beautiful. I've had this for a really long time, but I kind of forgot how good it was. I haven't used it in a really long time until this month, so this is kind of like an honorable mention favorite, but I think that this is fantastic. Definitely on the pricier side. I also don't like the packaging. It's very weird. I usually like to put powder in the lid of the powder in the lid of the container, but you can't really do that because it has this like cutout thing to keep the powder inside. I don't know, the packaging is weird, but the product is amazing, and I actually apply this with my little puff. This is from Laura Mercier. I know they sell these on Amazon, not Laura Mercier, but just like other brands, and I'm sure other brands carry this as well. There's a poncho hair on it, but I just like to dip this into the powder and then I tap it on my under eye and like the center of my face, and then I'll use a powder brush to just kind of like dust powder over the rest of my face. But this is a great combo. Definitely love that powder and would recommend it, and I definitely plan on using it more in the upcoming time. I was gonna give a specific time, but then I didn't know what to say. So anyway, I've been really into cream cheek products, cream and liquid cheek products this year, so you will see that here in a moment. My favorite bronzer of the year is actually this bronzer stick from Rare Beauty. This is in the shade Happy Soul, and this is amazing. I was always afraid to use cream bronzer until this year, and I decided to try it out, and It's actually a lot easier, in my opinion, than powder because it's easier to blend. I feel like it's more forgivable, whereas before I was very intimidated by cream bronzer and blush and everything. But I love this, especially now that I'm not like mixing creams and powders a whole lot. This is super quick and easy. I just put a little bit here, and then around my forehead, and sometimes I'll put some on my nose, and then I just blend it out with a sponge. I think it's super easy to use, and I love the color. It's such a creamy formula, and a little bit goes a long way. I used this almost every single time I did my makeup, and that's how much I've used. So I know there's still a lot in here, but this is great. Love Rare Beauty. Love this product in particular. For blush, I have two blushes to talk about, but one definitely is like my 2023 blush, and that is from Charlotte Tilbury. This is the Glowgasm Beauty Light Wand in the shade Pinkgasm. So as you can tell, there's not much left of this. I, again, was afraid of cream blushes just because I didn't want to like mix it with powder and risk it getting messed up, and I just wanted it to stay, and I didn't want to put too much. I don't know. I just was afraid of cream cheek products, but again, I actually think they're easier to use than powder products now. So this is amazing. I love the color. It is incredible. It has a gorgeous glow to it. You really don't even need a highlighter. Most days I didn't even wear a highlighter with this. I just put this on my cheeks and a little bit on my nose, and it gave the most gorgeous blush color as well as glow. It's amazing. They have a few different shades, but this one just happened to be the one that I like started using, and then I just stuck with it. So this formula is incredible, but I also love this particular shade. So this is my blush of 2023. It is amazing. And then the other blush, oh gosh, that I really love this year is this one from Laura Mercier. This is the blush in the shade Strawberry. Again, I wore this on my wedding day. It's such a pretty pink blush. I think it's just like the perfect tone of like a cool toned pink without being like mauve-y. Like this is a true pink blush. It's not neon either. It looks kind of bright on camera, I feel like, and it does look bright in person, but it doesn't look too neon on your cheeks. It still looks very natural. It's amazing. It's a matte blush though, so you know, keep that in mind, but I think it's great. It's 10 out of 10. For highlighter, I don't know, I used highlighter, but again, I didn't use it nearly as much as I used to. So I didn't have one that was like, came to mind as like my iconic like go-to highlighter of 2023. So what I decided to talk about was this one from Rare Beauty. This is the Exhilarate highlighter. This was in my favorites video last year. I actually had just gotten this in December of last year when it came out, so this was like a very recent favorite of mine last year, but I've continued to love this highlighter. It's very intense. It's beautiful. If I'm looking for an intense highlighter, this is just, you know, it's no question. I know it's gonna look good with whatever makeup look I'm going for. But for something a little bit more natural, I actually started recently reaching for a very old product of mine that was popular, I think, when I was in high school. And that is the ambient lighting palette from Hourglass. This little trio right here is fantastic. I'm wearing it today. You can see the super soft glow that it gives. I'm wearing the middle shade. I have it on my nose and my cheekbones, and I just think it's so natural. Again, going for the quick, easy, natural kind of like, I don't know, just more like an everyday makeup look. I don't really do full glam makeup very often anymore, so this definitely fits that makeup style very well, and I forgot how good this was. Hourglass in general, I've just been really enjoying their blushes, their bronzers, these highlighting powders. I also have their Infinity powder, which I've been using a lot more recently, which is really good. So Hourglass as a whole, love it. I just love the look that you get with their products. They're just so finely milled and soft and look really good on your skin. So that palette is an oldie but a goodie, and I think it's amazing. I hope they still sell that. Do they still even sell the OG ambient lighting palette? For brows, I don't really have a brow pencil that I found this year or that I used a lot this year. The one from ColourPop I used a lot, but mainly out of just convenience. It's not like especially fantastic or anything. I really enjoy it, but I didn't feel like it belonged in a favorites video. My Charlotte Tilbury brow cheat from last year's favorites is definitely still a favorite of mine, so I could mention that one. But I'm not super picky when it comes to brow pencils. As long as it's like a finer, like smaller tipped brow pencil, I'm probably gonna like it. I don't really use brow pencils very often. I have very dark brows naturally. I don't have any brow color on right now. All I have is some clear brow gel, which is what I'm gonna talk about next. And these are actually both from Benefit. So we have the 24-hour brow setter, which has been a favorite of mine for a really long time. This is great. Can't go wrong with this one in my opinion. I think that it holds my brows in place very well, and it's just a really good clear brow gel. But one that I actually recently started using is the Fluff Up Brow Wax, and I'm wearing this today. I wore this on my wedding. And I again only started using this month, so this is again sort of like a short-term 2023 favorite of mine, but I've had this for a while. I just didn't start using it until this month because I decided to try it out. I was like, I need something that's gonna really hold my brows in good when I get married or have my wedding. I was already married, but for my wedding, I knew it was gonna be a long day. We were gonna be outside, inside, all of the things. So I wanted to see how this worked, and I think that this holds my brows in place even better. And it doesn't leave your brows crunchy. I can definitely feel a little bit of like a waxy texture, but it's not like hard or crunchy. It doesn't look like a residue in your brows. I just really like this product. I might even like it more than the 24-hour brow setter, honestly. So this is a really good product. I have never seen anybody talk about it or use it before, but I think it's fantastic. For setting spray, we have the Airbrush Flawless Finish Setting Spray from Charlotte Tilbury. This is amazing. I love it. This has been my go-to setting spray. Anytime I use setting spray, this has been the one. I'm, again, not super picky on setting spray, but this is what I've had in my makeup bag. This is what I used for my wedding. I just think this is great. It really just makes your makeup look like skin and just rehydrates any powder that you put on, but it still helps your makeup last all day. So this is great. This is the mini size. I bought a small one because I wanted to try it, but I actually like the small size for traveling. It's just better for putting it in like makeup bags and just for carrying it around. I don't know, I like the small minis for makeup a lot now. I used to only want the full size of things, but I can appreciate the like mini sizes of things now. So love that setting spray. And then for mascara, this is honestly the best mascara. I try other mascaras and I'm like, what is wrong with my lashes today? I tried like 3 different mascaras recently because again, I was trying out different ones for my wedding. And I was like I never have issues with my lashes like being like straight. Like usually they kind of have at least a little bit of curl without even curling them. And it was the mascara every single time. So this is just a quick, easy coat of the Benefit Roller Lash Mascara. I just think that this gives my lashes the most volume and curl without curling them. I'm not trying to sit there and curl my eyelashes every single day. That's just, again, I'm short on time, so this just like does it for me, and I just think this is great. I don't know if this comes in brown. I hope it does. I actually saw a comment that the e.l.f. dupe for this comes in brown, so I definitely am gonna try that. I also want to try just like the original one in black just to see how it compares to the Benefit Roller Lash, because the e.l.f. one I'm sure is a lot cheaper. But this is a great mascara. I just have a mini right now because I used up my full size, but it's so good. I cannot recommend this enough. Next, I'll talk about lip products. So first up, I just have to mention these, but I talk about these every single year. MAC lipsticks in the shades Honey Love and Blankety. Blankety is my #1 favorite. This one is more of a like nude pinky kind of color. It's the best lipstick that ever existed. It's my favorite. It's like a cream finish. And then we have Honey Love, which is similar in tone but more of a peachy nude, and this one is a matte finish actually, but they're both still super creamy and pigmented and comfortable to wear. So I talk about these every single time I film one of these videos, so I just had to mention them. Another favorite of mine from last year that is still a favorite of mine this year is the the Lunar Beauty lip oil in the shade Expose Me. This is just the clear one. I'm not even wearing lip product right now. I forgot. I was gonna put some on before I started filming. Whoopsie. But this is super hydrating. It smells like peach rings. It's so good. I love the high shine. It's very comfortable. It's not sticky and it smells incredible. So this is great. Any of Lunar Beauty's lip oils are fantastic. This one in particular is just my favorite scent. So I like that it's completely clear, so I don't have to worry about it getting messy. This is fantastic. And then for lip gloss, I wanted to talk about these from Laura Los Angeles. These are fantastic. My favorite one, this is a trio of lip glosses. I don't know if they're sold separately, but my favorite one is this middle one here. This is in the shade Sparkling Iris. It's so glittery and beautiful. I just love it. It's basically like a clear gloss with like a champagne colored shimmer, and it is very shimmery, but you don't feel any grittiness from the glitter. My second favorite is Nude Blossom, which is just like a nude kind of creamy gloss. There's no glitter in this one. And then we have the shade Rose Glimmer, which again is like a clear gloss with a shimmer. This one has like a gold, pinkish red, and almost even like a blue kind of duochrome to it. This is definitely the most like fancy looking gloss. This is probably the one I reach for the least, but they're all great. I would recommend any of them if they are sold separately. But the packaging is actually magnetic, which is really cool. So hey, it's okay. So I think an Amazon package was delivered and Poncho's getting excited. So yeah, these glosses from Laura Lee are amazing and I can't recommend them enough. For makeup brushes, I of course had to mention Bling brushes. They actually had 2 sets come out this year. They have their beautiful purple set, as well as my second collaboration with them, which is the Blvd extended collection. So these are their 2 new sets from this year. They are so pretty, but all Bling brushes are a favorite of mine. They have so many fun colors. They have red, they have black, they have blue, which is so pretty. This was their set that they launched last year. And then they have the OGs, the rose gold and the silver. So, oh, and my original collaboration. So I think this is like one of every set that they have, and the variety is beautiful. I love Bling brushes. These are the only brushes that I use. I pretty much decluttered every single other makeup brush that I own besides Bling brushes, because they are truly my favorite brushes to use. So of course I had to mention them. And then for eyeshadow palettes, again, you'll see some repeats from last year, so I won't talk about them very long, but we have the Nude Prism palette from Lunar Beauty. This is my favorite eyeshadow palette of all time. Again, I wore this on my wedding day. It's fantastic. I'm wearing this today. I wear it every day almost. The shimmers are in particular my favorite, especially these 2 middle shades, but the mattes are beautiful as well. This is my #1 palette of all time. Another one that I talked about last year was from Laura Lee Los Angeles, Nudie #2. Super, super pretty. I love the colors here. I won't talk about it much longer than that. And then my other favorites are the Whimsical Nudes palette, which I think came out last year. I'm pretty sure. I don't know 100%. Or at the beginning of this year, but this is also from Laura Lee Los Angeles. Love the kind of like orange and green color story. And then this year they actually collaborated, Lunar Beauty and Laura Lee Los Angeles, and they came out with the Full Fantasy palette, which is another one of my absolute favorites. I just love their formulas. I think they're great. I also love this color story. I just think that these palettes are the best. And then the one non-Laura Lee Los Angeles or Lunar Beauty palette that is a favorite of mine this year is actually this one from Urban Decay. This is the Naked Sin palette, I think. Yeah, Naked Sin. It's a very small palette, but it's got everything you need for just like a quick, easy, everyday look. I think that this is amazing. I usually just take my finger and apply this shade to my lid, and then that's it. But you have a couple of different metallics, a few different matte shades in here, and I just think this is nice and compact. I love the color story. This is like a hidden gem to me. It doesn't look super like fancy and appealing, but I actually really, really love this palette. And that is everything for my 2023 makeup favorites, or the best makeup of 2023 in my opinion. Again, I will have everything linked down below for you guys. I'm excited for you to see the rest of the videos that I have for this year as well as this upcoming year. And I hope you guys had a great holiday. I hope you have a great new year. And I guess that's about it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. I love you so, so much. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.